This is another episode of Standup Comedy, your host and MC, celebrating 40-plus years on the fringe of show business. Stories, interviews, and comedy sets from the famous and not so famous. Here's your host and MC, Scott Edwards.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the podcast. We have another comedy roundtable coming up. In this one's business specific. There's a young group of comics that get together in Sacramento, California called Funny Bidness. And you can find them on the internet. Go to the Googler and look them up. But I am really thrilled to introduce three of the people that got this going. Please welcome to the microphone Lamar, Copeland, Edward, Carly, and Buddy Rhaming.
Yes. We up in here.
Oh, so nice to have you guys here. We should give my buddy Steve Barnett a plug. We're sitting here in Innogrove, which is in Elk Grove, California. Nice little co-op for businesses and a great place for funny business to meet and get together. So, Lamar, you kind of brought me into this. Why don't you give everybody out there in the podcast world a quick breakdown of what funny business is to you?
Okay. Well, first off, Scott, I want to thank you for allowing us to even bless your podcast because this is a new experience for all of us. We normally do our own podcast here at Innogrove, which we appreciate allowing us to rent the space out. But being on yours is a blessing. So Funny Bidness is a live comedy platform that me, Buddy, and Edward, DJ Eddo Supremo, a.k.a., decided to put together a year ago. We do live comedy all through Sacramento, open mics. We do, now we're actually stepping into the poetry. DJ Eddo Supremo, he's always dropping the heat while we're performing and doing our thing. We also, like I said, have a podcast here at Innogrove and Elk Grove. So we do a multitude of things based around the comedy space and the entertainment business in Sacramento.
So to make it short and succinct, you've kind of formed a local production studio or production house where you can bring different talent together, put together content in various forms from poetry to stand-up comedy to gigs, and then present it through shows and the internet and your website and stuff like that. Is that fairly succinct?
Yeah. That's exactly what it is.
That's a very professional way to put it. Some people call us a gang. But that's a very
well, Edward, he was mentioning, your real name's Edward Carly, but you go by
DJ Eddo Supremo. Yes, sir.
All right, DJ Eddo Supremo. Yeah. That's kind of a cool name. But what is your part of funny business? What do you bring to it? Because I know Lamar's kind of I'm just for loose terms, management or pulls things together. I know Buddy is an actor and professional comic. Edward, tell us a little bit about what you're bringing to the show.
I just bring the vibe, the music. I read the crowd. We have different crowds every show we have, so I just try to beat the crowd, just bring the vibe.
Like a professional DJ, you set the tone for the evening through music.
Yes, sir.
I think that's pretty cool. How long have you been doing that?
DJing for about 5 years now. Just hopped on Funny Business on the fluke, actually.
That's a crazy story.
Yeah, tell the story of how he got part of the how he got put on the team.
On the fluke. So me and Lamar,
who do you owe money to, Edward?
Feel me? So basically, me and Lamar went to high school together, right up the street, Laguna Creek High School.
Laguna Creek, LC, yes sir.
But I posted a thing on Instagram one day. I was like, hey, if anybody need a DJ, hit me up. And me and Lamar have recently talked about linking up, but we never followed through with anything. But I made that post on Instagram, and he hit me back. He's like, hey, we got a comedy show tonight. And our previous DJ, he's not gonna be there, so can you show up tonight? I'm like, for sure, I'm there. And it just
so the thing about it was, me and Buddy, this was our first real show that we were gonna put on, right? In Old Sacramento at the reunion. That's kind of been our home base this whole time with comedy. And anyway, so we wanted to bring another vibe that a lot of comedy shows don't have that we had been to locally in Sacramento. And we realized nobody has a DJ. Even when you go to the comedy clubs out here in Sacramento, they'll play music, but nobody has a DJ. So then we had everything set up, and then the last minute, it was the day of. We were like, dang, we need a DJ. And Ed had messed around and posted it on Instagram on the story and said,
all
"Hey, if
about
anybody,"
timing.
it was. That's how you know it was just divine. Divine. It's the situation.
Well, I think as a comedy producer, and I've been doing this for over 40 years, and I've done 12,000 person concerts. I've done TV shows. I've done thousands of stage shows. And you know what? I've never had a live DJ spinning records. And I'm kicking myself because that is such a great way to get an audience motivated and on the right upbeat. So for example, at Laughs Unlimited, when I owned it, we always had some old style rock and roll and some tunes that kind of got the audience, almost singing along, right? Just getting them in the good mood, positive music, positive feelings. Never would have thought of using a DJ, Edward. I'm sorry. But of course, I knew something about that. Just to age myself a little bit, back in the 70s, I actually spun records and started a company called Sounds Good Music, and we did weddings and bar mitzvahs and schools and all kinds of events. So I spun records. By the way, these were actual 10-inch records made of vinyl and,
not the electronic stuff we got
turntables.
now.
Right. But it was a lot of fun. I did it for a couple of years, and then I sold that company. It operated for another 30 years after I got out of it.
Oh, wow.
The point is, I think that's inspirational that you're taking something that is fun already, stand-up comedy shows, and you're taking it to another level by bringing Edward in, and I think that's genius. Congrats to both you guys.
Yeah.
Now, Buddy, I know is a talented actor and stand-up comic. You're a big part of Funny Bidness. Share with the audience what you do besides. I know I saw you doing some windows and cleaning some chairs, but what else do you do?
The overall entrepreneur, the hustler. Yeah, no. So I guess my role in Funny Bidness is the CEO, the co-founder of it here, Lamar, and things all like that. Way I got brought in. Well, I mean, I made Funny Business. I guess I didn't get brought into it, but no, you
and Lamar created
we
it.
created
I was making fun, folks. He's not doing windows, although you left
Tell
the
me we
mark.
came with the name.
Yeah,
by the
you
way.
missed a spot on my car. But other than that, you and Lamar really started Funny Business. Yeah. And then you brought these young comics. We met some of them at a different podcast. And then Edward into the scene to do these shows. But, Buddy, you're an actor. So what kind of made you be entrepreneurial and start this business?
It started in probably 2019. I was doing my own comedy shows, and I just started going to business mixers, trying to find businesses to sponsor my shows. And everybody there is just basically entrepreneurs and stuff like that. And it just got me really thinking how much I didn't know about like comedy from the business side, even though everybody says this entertainment business is 90% business. And then the pandemic happened. I spent like months in my car just planning out like how, like when I moved back out to Sacramento, how am I going to just take over the scene? And not really take it over, but just really make my effort. Yeah, we take it over. We're going to take over. It was a takeover.
You wanted to make your mark in the local entertainment scene.
Yeah.
And you and Lamar had a vision, and then you brought in Edward.
I didn't mean to cut you. No, so what happened is then it went back to me going back out to these business mixers, and then that's when I had met Lamar, and Lamar was throwing like financial mixers. Try to bring people up on.
Yeah, we
like
should mention stuff. Lamar's a really smart financial.
He is. He knows a lot about. But that's
he's already helped me make money.
That's why I brought him in, because I was watching like a lot of like documentaries and stuff like that, especially like a lot of Kanye West interviews. And he's just about, yeah, man, you need to have like like somebody that knows like the business side and just really wants to handle the business side of things.
Well, I think it's interesting that the three of you found each other because, and I should have given you maybe a different intro, Lamar. We've talked privately. You're super smart, very motivated. You're financially successful. You kind of have your shit together that way.
Appreciate it.
And Buddy is a successful actor and stand-up comic, and he knows the show business part. You're the show, he's the business. And then Eddie brings it all together with the music and adding value to, there's a lot of guys that do comedy shows and a lot of guys that self-produce for what's called four-walling a comedy show. But bringing in Edward is just that extra step up. Now, we have to take a quick break because Thomas is here, and Thomas is Lamar's son. He's 8 years old. Thomas, tell everybody what you think of your dad being involved in all this show business stuff.
feels weird, and the second thing, I really don't like it.
What? The second thing he doesn't really like?
Because I don't like to wait, and I don't like to hear people just talking.
Oh, he hates coming to the meetings. He hates the meetings. He loves the comedy shows, but he hates the meetings.
So you don't like the business part, you like the show part. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So your dad's a very impressive young man. Does that inspire you to do well in school?
Yeah, and I'm doing what he does like I'm making a video as well.
Oh, you're learning the trade already. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, Thomas Copeland, future entrepreneur and show business mogul. Let's hear it for him. Yeah. All right. Well, Thomas, I'm so glad that you're able to join us and share a couple things. Lamar, you have been doing funny business now for a few years. You've got this kind of production company going, and you do videos, you have the website, you're doing the music, you're doing the live shows. Where do you see this going?
Well, just kind of to go back a little bit, this is technically all Buddy's idea. If it wasn't for Buddy, this wouldn't be happening.
Oh, don't worry. I'm going to ask Buddy, too. There's a little ass kissing going on here. So.
No, I always have to give him his props for it because he had the idea already in his head. He was the thinker. Basically, I'm like the visionary. And then the executioner as well. But
I'm going to interrupt. I think he's the creative part, and he saw this vision of what could be, and he knew that having somebody smart on the business side was only going to make it more successful. Was that a short synopsis of?
No, that's exactly what it was. So where we're going headed now is our goal is to take funny business. Like Buddy was saying humbly, we're not trying to take over, but we are. Our goal is to be something that nobody's ever seen out here in Sacramento before. Sacramento is a slow. Actually, I'm not going to say slow anymore. It's actually a metropolis that is growing fast, and with all of the opportunities that are available to us in Sacramento that we didn't have growing up as kids, we're taking full advantage of them now in the market and the business that we're in, because people are looking for entertainment in different types and different forms of entertainment. And with Funny Business on the scene now and doing what we're doing, we're able to give them those different type of vibes and offer them a different experience that they might not be used to in the Sacramento area. So one of the first things that we have going on, like I said, is our live comedy. We're moving into the actual comedy club space. So we're doing Laughs Unlimited. We have a show at Tommy T's. Punchline is coming up real soon.
Punchline's doing a lot of four-walling, I hear, these days, so it could be a great opportunity for you.
Yeah.
I didn't mean to interrupt.
No, you're good.
You have a vision of the business aspect growing. Mm-hmm. So let's throw it to Buddy.
Yeah.
From a creative person's point of view, you were already trying to do some business when you're going to those mixers and stuff and trying to bring the business into the entertainment side. But now that you found Lamar to kind of help with that, as the creative visionary, where do you see Funny Business going? Where would you like to take it?
Oh man, we go to the metaverse. That's where we go. We got Funny Business films. We're gonna start producing like movies, all that type of stuff. The live events, like that's one thing. Like I said, like with having like DJ Eddo on the team, like we could throw comedy shows, but they're like after every comedy show we have a built-in after party. So that we just vibe it, we just kick it, we just keep the vibes going and stuff like that. So. Like we really could like to say like when it comes to like the takeover, we could really venture out into any realm of this entertainment atmosphere, just like make an impact.
Well, I'm going to push you a little bit because if it was me and I had somebody like Lamar and Eddie backing me up, if it was me, Buddy, I would say my goal is to take my career as an actor and as a comic to the next 2 or 3 levels. And this is the way business works, kind of on the shoulders of their talent. Does that make sense?
No, yeah.
And so from a creative guy, and again, I'm preaching a little bit. I apologize, but it's my podcast, God damn it. I think that this offers you a vehicle to take your creative career that much farther. Now, with that being said, Eddie, with the DJ work, this is a huge opportunity to be working on a regular basis, to being seen and heard in clubs and the shows that these guys four-wall. And again, as a creative person, I'm hoping to hear you say that you're hoping this takes your DJ
Most definitely.
career to the next level. But let me ask you, what do you see in your future with Funny Bidness?
Man, and like you said, I'll take it to the next level. Man, I'm trying to be like the dude on Wild 'N
I was
Out.
about to say the DJ D-Rec.
DJ D-Rec.
he got the sound effects
I got
already
the sound
down.
effects.
Yeah.
So, I'm just trying to take my career to the next level. This has really helped me though too, because I get a lot of familiar faces see me a lot now. People start knowing my name more. So I just trying to boost my career.
These guys are real humble guys, and I really appreciate their humility that they bring to the business, because if it wasn't for the fact that the mindset of, this is a brand and we're all trying to collectively work the brand up to a certain level, because we know individually it gets us somewhere. But like Buddy said, like Funny Bidness Films, that's like something that's on the right there, the tip of our iceberg. We're already working on some short films right now. We've been a part of, me and Buddy, he's brought me into some short films that he was a part of. But that's really where we're, the one of the main aspects of it, because Buddy does have the talent of being an excellent actor and has been in the industry for a long time. So he has that ability. So we want to make sure that we showcase that and bring that to the forefront so that everybody can see that.
Well, it comes back to being a team.
Yeah.
A successful business, I've been a successful entrepreneur for over 40 years, and I've had partners, I've had employees, and as much as I took responsibility as the owner, I stood on the shoulders of my partners and my employees to succeed, and hopefully they felt the gratitude that I shared. I credit them and have gratitude to all the people that I got to work with that helped me take my life to more interesting and fun levels. So in this team, I see a great collection of talent and smarts. And if you guys have a plan and focus on what it's going to benefit each of you, then together you can really take this to some great heights. I'm very excited to be meeting and working with you guys. Buddy, what shows? So it's 2024. The whole year's ahead of us. What do you feel? Do you have a 12-month goal? Do you do month goals? Or do you have a 10-year goal? How do you look at it?
It's a little bit of both. Have a little bit of both. The one, like I said, if we talk about like 1 month goals, we just want to lock out all these shows that we have coming up, successfully and things of that nature. If we're talking about like within this year, having the structure down to do our official like Funny Bidness tour, But if we're talking about like 5 years from now, like 2029 and stuff like that, I would expect this to be like a full blown, like, we probably like up at Forbes, say like people like, up at the stock, people
Full-blown
like
production company.
A full blown production company.
You're a production company now, but you want to take it to that next level, keep leveling up.
Yes.
Yeah. And then still leaving our imprint, like how we got started with like doing these comedy shows. That's like the thing that we do too, is like, we don't like when we like bring like comedians onto our team and stuff like that, we also like, bro, like here's a room. Not like, like just here's a room, but like here's a place for you to grow, develop your craft and all that stuff. But that's, as we want to grow, we want to make sure that we leave those breadcrumbs behind that. Like we was all like, all right, y'all, here's how we did it. You don't necessarily have to do exactly what we did. If you don't want to, it's cool. But this is just how we did it and we made it, and here's the bread trail for you to follow.
We've built the business on really, in reality, trying to help everybody else or help other people.
Actually, it was going to be my next question, so you're leading me into it perfectly. But just to summarize, as any company, whatever you're planning to do as entrepreneurs, you have to set goals. You have to kind of have a plan. It should be loose and be fluid so that you can pivot when you need to. But you want to set goals and try to achieve those things. But Lamar, you were just saying, based on Buddy's comment, I just met a bunch of young comics. We interviewed them in another podcast. Why don't you share some of the people you're working with that you're bringing to these live shows?
So the Funny Bidness crew, I guess you could say, is growing. Of course.
By the way, that's crew, not gang.
Yeah.
Sorry.
We call our. I said
That's
other
called a
other
callback.
people. Callback. Other people call us a gang. We
Gang,
a crew.
gang.
We a crew. We a crew. We call ourselves a crew, but other people.
But other people in the room, like we have Jerome with Creative Gang over here. He is a gang actually, but Creative Gang. He's an anime creator. He's also our visual and our marketing part of our marketing team.
I've seen Jerome's work. He's a good guy
Excellent.
to have on the team.
We have Nicole here that she's one of our new comics that just got on board with us. Tristan Johnson, he's a very well-known comic out here in Sacramento.
And a Christian comic,
And
which
a
I
Christian
think
comic.
gives you a nice edge. I'm sorry to interrupt, but I
No,
want to
no, no.
interject
Yeah.
positive things.
And
what about Mark?
Mark is a new comic to Funny Bidness. He's been doing comedy for a little while.
We're talking about Mark Snipes.
Mark
ladies and
Snipes, by the
gentlemen.
way, yeah. He's doing great. By the way, we actually, like Buddy said, we offered him an ability to go ahead and grow his brand by giving him a room. And so he has his own room. He has an open mic there, and he does a show there. So it gives him the ability to learn the business side, right, of comedy. And that's where, me and Buddy said that we wanted to make a difference also as well. We just don't always also want to provide the value of entertainment, like I said earlier. But on the business side, we also want to give comics the ability and the space to, if they want to grow and take things to the next level, like, branding themselves, marketing themselves, turning themselves into a business so that then, when it comes down to tax season, they have tax write-offs and everything else like any other business has. So we take pride in the ability to be able to do multiple things in this company.
So I'm going to summarize that this group, Funny Bidness, is a team of people working together. You're helping develop talent. You are producing shows by four-walling. You're planning to produce some movies and maybe some other projects.
Yep.
You have Edward to bring in some music and take everything to the next level. And you have Jerome to make sure you guys do it right. And I think that working cooperatively like that, much like where we're at in Innogrove, when you get a group of smart, creative people together working towards a singular goal, you can't help but succeed as long as you stay true to yourself and true to the path, right? And I'm hearing from you guys that you have a vision and this is what you're hoping to do. Let's finish this up because I can see Thomas is ready for bed and a little bored. As he said, he doesn't like the talking people.
Yeah.
Right, Thomas?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, Buddy, this kind of started with your dream vision. How would you label success for Funny Bidness?
How would I label success for Funny Bidness? Oh man.
And be a dreamer.
No, I'll be a dreamer. I would say, man, we up at the theaters doing like sold out comedy tours at the same time, like arena style type of things, man. And then like if I just to speak humbly, just everybody that is a part of the team is just, hey, we did a good job. As long as, like I say, at the end of the day, people like Lamar, DJ Eddo, Supremo, and all the people that are on the team, like, hey, bro, we're doing a good job. To me, that's Funny Bidness being successful.
I think that's a good goal. Now, DJ, you are bringing a different level of creativity to Funny Bidness. And where do you see it taking you, one, individually, and two, as part of this team? Where do you hope to see it go?
Where do I hope to see it go? I hope to see it go far, too. I have the same dreams as these guys, man. You feel me? So we're on one accord with all this. We have to be, to work on the team. So,
All right. Well, I'm going to push you, young man, because I also want to see you to improve your show. So take this opportunity. So you're already an established DJ, right? Mm-hmm. So push yourself and say, okay, I can entertain 100 people or 200 people. What can I do to entertain 1,000, 10,000, right? So, again, you didn't ask my opinion. I apologize for butting in on this.
No, it's okay.
But as an entrepreneur, I believe in pushing young people with talent to reach their highest achievement, their goals. Mm-hmm. And so, Eddie, what I'm saying as a DJ, you're already talented, but there's better DJs out there, at least more famous ones. Mm-hmm. So what do you need to do? Where are you going to take yourself and this team to get to that level? Much like Buddy just said, doing movies and doing videos and doing these things will not only benefit him as an actor, but take this team, this business to the next level. Now I'm going to end with Lamar as the as we talked about, is kind of the money guy and has some great business experience. Where do you see this taking you personally, and where do you think, what's your dream for Funny Bidness?
My dream with Funny Bidness is I look at us as a major production company that for collectively the us who have started, it's automatic for us. I'm a systems type of person. So the way that I look at it being developed is that's why we bring in the new talent. That's why we bring in the new ideas so that then what ends up happening for us is we're allowed to take a step aside. We could go on a vacation, but Funny Bidness is still operating. So that's what I really want to see happen, is just keep on bringing in the talent, keep on bringing in the people, build up the team so that then, like I said, we're able to sit back and then just watch this thing kind of just snowball and grow into another.
So I'm going to push you. Mm-hmm. I want you to set a financial goal.
Yeah.
You know, if we're making 5,000 this year, we want to make 10 or 15,000 next year. And we're not talking just enough to cover our ass in the four-walling the shows. We're going to make a profit.
Yeah.
So you as the business guy, the money guy, what are you going to tell Buddy and DJ, Edward DJ, to reach that goal? What are we going to do to make money to keep this machine going? And again, I certainly apologize. I didn't mean to share my 2 cents.
No,
but as a lifelong entrepreneur, these things are important to keep in mind, whether it's creative, business, or musical. You have to do these things. Mm-hmm. Now, there's one last question for Thomas. So what do you see you doing later this week?
Making more videos.
Yeah, you're going to make some more videos? See, he's already helping out Funny Bidness. Yes, sir. Are you going to do funny videos or music videos?
Funny ones.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, go to the website, Funny Bidness. Give us the details on how to find you. Good job, Thomas.
So you can find us at our website, which is official Funny Bidness, BIDNESS.com. Also, we're on Instagram, Funny Bidness, TikTok, Funny Bidness, YouTube, Funny Bidness,
Patreon,
Funny Bidness, GoFundMe, Funny Bidness.
GoFundMe, yeah. That's how we about to make that.
Wait a minute, that's a big old hint.
Exactly,
you want to see how we go from 5,000 to 10,000?
Exactly.
Go to the GoFundMe.
Go ahead and
Throw it in the bag.
donate. Yeah. But yeah, all the social media platforms. We also have a podcast as well, so you can catch us on all audio platforms underneath Funny Bidness. So yeah.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's been such an honor meeting young, smart, talented, creative business people that have teamed together to create something as unique as Funny Bidness, and not just to dick around. You guys are taking this to a serious business level and going to do something with it. I want to thank Lamar and his son Thomas for joining us on the podcast. Eddie, give me your DJ name again.
DJ Eddo Supremo.
There you go. I just
sir.
hit a button and that comes on, right?
Yeah.
And my good friend Buddy Rhaming, thanks for joining us. You're already a successful actor and stand-up comic, but I can see using this vehicle that you helped create, taking your career to the next level. Everybody in Sacramento and Northern California, check these guys out. They're a part of the entertainment future of this area, this region, and just really proud to talk to you guys. Ladies and gentlemen, thanks for joining us for this Comedy Roundtable. We'll be back next Sunday with another great show. Thanks, guys.
Thanks again, guys.
Thank you. Funny Bidness. Funny Bidness.
We hope you enjoyed this episode of Stand-Up Comedy, your host and MC. For information on the show, merchandise, and our sponsors, or to send comments to Scott, visit our website at www.standupyourhostandmc.com. Look for more episodes soon and enjoy the world of stand-up comedy. Visit a comedy showroom near you.